One day, Arjuna sat silently near the banks of the river, long after the great Kurukshetra war was over. His eyes stared into the moving water, but his mind was caught in a storm. He had everything, respect, power, family, and glory, but his heart was heavy. Fear had returned. Anxiety whispered to him at night. He wondered, what if I fail my people? What if peace doesn't last? What if I lose myself again? He closed his eyes, trying to silence the thoughts, but they grew louder. Suddenly, a familiar voice spoke from behind. Why do you look troubled, Parth? It was Krishna. Arjuna smiled faintly. Madhava, my heart is not at peace. I don't know why. There is no war now. But I feel lost. I worry about the future. I fear I might make wrong decisions. This anxiety, it's eating me inside. Krishna sat beside him and smiled gently. He looked at the flowing river and said, Do you see the river, Arjuna? Yes, Arjuna nodded. Krishna said, The river flows forward. Even if a rock tries to stop it, it flows around it. It never stops to question itself. It doesn't ask, will I reach the ocean or not? It simply does what it must, flow. Arjuna stayed silent. Krishna continued, Your anxiety is like standing at the riverbank, fearing whether your boat will reach the other side. But the truth is, you haven't even stepped into the boat yet. Arjuna asked, So what should I do? Krishna replied. Act. Do your karma. When the mind becomes your master, it creates fear. But when you become the master of your mind, you create destiny. Arjuna looked at him, but sometimes I can't control my thoughts, Krishna. My heart feels heavy. I doubt myself. Krishna placed a hand on his shoulder and said. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. You fought a war when your hands were shaking and your heart was broken. You stood tall when everything around you fell apart. So why fear now, when the battlefield is silent? He paused. Parth, remember, the mind is like a monkey. It jumps from fear to fear, worry to worry. But when you tie it with the rope of purpose, it becomes still. Anxiety comes when you think too much about the future. But peace comes when you act in the present. Arjuna slowly nodded, I understand, Krishna. But, what if I fall again? Krishna smiled, then rise again. Even the sun sets every night, but it rises every morning. Falling is not failure. Staying down is. He added finally. Stop overthinking. Just do what is right. Leave the results to me. That is the way of peace. Arjuna's heart suddenly felt lighter. The storm within him calmed. He stood up, looked at the horizon, and said, I will act, Krishna. I will do my karma. Krishna smiled, then you have already won.